I'm here to love you with all of my might, 'cause you are my sister, you are my brother, you are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. I don't care if you're thin, let's say thick. I don't care if you're thick. I don't care what you eat. My love is so much larger than that. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're poor. I don't care how much money you got. Loving you is what I was put here for. 'Cause you are my sister and you are my brother. Say you are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. There's no difference between you and me. There's no boundaries as far as I can see. No separation, say we are all one. Hey! Oh, 'cause you are my sister and you are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. 'Cause you are my sister. Oh, you are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. Say you are my family. You are my family. Say you are my family. Say get up everybody and sing, 'cause you are my family. Say you are my family. You are my family. Hey, get up everybody and sing. All right.
Well, that was wonderful. I hope you enjoyed that music as much as I did. Hope you knocked it out of the park. You guys are rocking the house today. I can tell. I can't. I just tell you, I love the folks that are doing our music. It makes the whole place come alive. So, good morning again. I'm Reverend Nan Bankston, and I am delighted you are here both in the sanctuary and virtually. And Happy New You. You know, this is a new year filled with infinite possibilities. So I say to all of us, welcome to the year 2023. You know, we've got a new global theme of living out loud and a new monthly theme of root and reboot. Now, our book of the month is Living the Science of Mind, and Donna announced it's available in our bookstore, and boy, I highly recommend it. She also provided a great review in our e-news that came out a few days ago. And do take a look at that e-newsletter. You know, there's a whole lot of information in there that is intended to be informative, uplifting, and useful. I'm going to be referencing Living the Science of Mind during the month, and you may want to review the certain essays that I mentioned. And you know, this book has small essays, so it's really useful as a daily practice tool for contemplative reading, which just happens to be one of our spiritual practices. So just take a look through the table of contents for a topic of interest and have a quick read that can be wonderful for contemplation throughout the day or 2 or 3 or more days even. January is usually the time we review the basic concepts of science of mind in the first 4 chapters of the Science of Mind textbook. And we're approaching it a little bit differently this year. I certainly welcome the refreshing perspectives that we're going to be enjoying. Last week on Zoom, we started with our primary spiritual principle. There's only one creative power in the universe, and we're all part of it. And that one source, divine intelligence and love, exists in each of us. Yet, sometimes before we become aware of our connection to spirit within, we often feel separated or alone in the world, even when we're with others. In fact, sometimes it's even worse when we're with others. Our experiences in life may have encouraged us to be more reclusive, mistrustful of others, or to be fearing living life more fully. We may have had experiences that make us feel that no one really cares about us. Well, that's not really true at our center, but moving along, we may even feel that everything is against us or that we can never get a break in life. For example, how many times might any one of us used or at least thought some of these things? Nothing ever turns out the way I planned it. Or, why can't I ever get ahead? Or, well, things are okay right now, but I'm just waiting for that other shoe to drop. There are so many things that we might tell ourselves to reinforce our lack of self-worth, unhappiness, discontent, or misery. Sometimes we don't even realize we are hearing those same old stories and beliefs in our daily activities. And one of the most powerful sources of those thoughts can be lyrics to our favorite songs. Now, everybody knows how much I love music. We have wonderful music in our center, and music is powerful. We select the music every Sunday to accompany the message so that it supports those thoughts that you might have as the music runs through your mind during the week. And we remember the words of songs because they're played over and over. We have playlists on all of our digital devices so we can hear our favorites play on and on and on. And so my question is, what songs are we playing? My talk title today is Name That Tune. And that leads to the question of whether we are playing songs of misery or songs of joy and living life fully. Now, I happen to like country music, so don't go taking this personally. It's been said that anyone can write a country music song if they just write about anything sad or miserable that happened in their life. It does have some of the most down and out songs ever made, and many seem similar. Spouses, lovers, houses, trucks, jobs, and so much more are at risk for experiences of personal loss and depression. And I've heard say that with the rise of self-driving vehicles, it's only a matter of time until there's a country song where the guy's truck leaves him. So on the flip side, though, there are beautiful country songs and beautiful every songs about appreciating everything in life and being grateful for all our blessings and being kind and loving to everything and everyone. What's key to remember here is that there is this thing called awareness that is very powerful. We can be aware of the tunes we're playing on our iPods or our Pandora stations or our satellite radio stations and be conscious of how they're making us feel at that time. Once in a while, a good old-fashioned pity party, complete with gallons of tears shed with a box or two of Kleenex, can really clear the energy field. But what's good to remember here is that it doesn't have to be an all-nighter or a lifestyle. And I want to make mention that we also have to give due consideration to the process of grief when we have experienced significant loss. And I want to be clear, I am not referring to that as a pity party. Grief is a process to be honored and supported. Our awareness lets us see what messages we are continuously imprinting in our thoughts about whether we live with vitality, joy, and love, or as recluses stuck in miserable relations, situations, and fear. Dr. Holmes writes in Living the Science of Mind on page 186.4 in the essay, Getting Along with People, if you want sunshine, step out into the sunshine. If you've locked yourself away in a dark closet, why not come out into the light? If you've been feeling that everything is against you and no one really cares for you, know that God is in everyone and meet the God in others and see what happens. In our philosophy, we realize that there is only one universal voice, the voice of love. And around the globe, there's one song playing, the song of life itself. And when we begin our day recognizing our connection to this one life, one love, and through this, hear ourselves through the divine voices of all around us, we can live in the sunshine Dr. Holmes referenced. Or, as Ralph Waldo Emerson noted, and this is for all of my Emerson fans out there, standing on bare ground, my head bathed by the blithe air and uplifted into infinite space, all egotism vanishes. I become transparent. I see all. The currents of universal being circulate through me. I am part and parcel of God. Now, traditionally, our teaching has had more of a focus on the power of us as individuals. What we know more fully as we continue towards our global heart vision of creating a world that works for all is that our goal is to realize not only our own individual power, but to see and work in harmony and unity with that same power that exists in and through all souls we meet. That is another of our basic spiritual principles. We are all spiritual beings. And the universal voice calls to all of us equally. It resides in and as who we are. We can't help but experience it when we open our minds and hearts to it. And as we do that, we begin to recognize that the same is true of all those around us. As it is of me, so it is of we. Our goal then is to see the world as one expression of the divine, like a moving, living, breathing kaleidoscope of color. And I was reminded when Clark talked about Disneyland. What a kaleidoscope of color there, huh? Well, we're all connected to the one single source. Our teaching tells us to not only live in conscious awareness of the law of cause and effect, as we think, so we create an experience, but also in alignment with that preeminent truth that all is love. We know that the love that is spirit is always for our good. Rather than place human imagined limits on that good, we accept with faith that there is a bigger idea in the I am and prepare ourselves to receive that good in the best form for us. Additionally, we act and respond in kind from that place of love, that place of a greater idea. Dr. Holmes notes on page 26.2 of our Science of Mind text, the great love of the universe must be one with the great law of its own being, and we approach love through law. This, then, is the teaching, love and law. As the love of God is perfect, so the law of God also is perfect. We must understand both. Reminding ourselves of the spiritual principles of our faith remains critical to understanding both. Our ongoing conscious growth and development depend upon it. Dr. Holmes maintained that we are to remain open at the top. In other words, his hope was for this teaching to evolve and to grow as the way of the world. We can't stop that change. He promoted everyone living in communion with the divine essence within to embody and express more of our true spiritual nature. Spirit is forever and ever expanding beyond all limits, and it is in our nature to be that way also. To expand in our consciousness, to continue our personal development. That's why we're here, to live lives with more joy, more love, more peace, greater compassion. Dr. Christian Sorensen encourages us. When you live in alignment with your soul, loving who you truly are, you will bring your realization back into oneness with the people, the planet, and the universe. You'll live knowing an internal peace and be a loving difference maker on the planet. I like that. Being a loving difference maker on the planet. That's something we could all decide to do a little bit of this year. In this community, we sing and we love our musicians and the beautiful music they make each week. Moreover, we practice singing that universal song of spirit. We practice this each time we gather by recognizing our own inner divinity and then seeing that in and through the eyes of each of those around us. As we see the divine in all, we practice making this world a world that works for everyone. So, what could you do today that could bring you closer to seeing spirit in everyday life, in your everyday life? What tune could you be singing as you stroll through your day today? Now, here's a thought. After service today, reach out to someone you don't know and say hello from your heart, or reconnect with someone you haven't seen for some time. See a crying baby and its parents in the grocery store as divine beings. Sometimes hard to do when they're having a fit there, you know. Parents are uncomfortable. We can see them and shower them with love. Recognize spirit in the eyes of the homeless person on the street. Give a silent blessing as you pass by. Take that opportunity to remember we are all reflections of the divine. Whatever you choose to do next today, begin by interacting with the spirit that is within all of us. Recognize the validity of that statement as within, so without. When we begin from the within, our world opens in magical ways. Here's a little story that might be useful to explain that idea. After years of searching, a seeker was told to go to a cave in which he would find a well. He was told to ask the well, "What is truth?" and the well will reveal it to you. Well, having found the well in the cave, the seeker asked the fundamental question, "What is truth?" And from the depths, he heard, "Go to the village crossroad. There you shall find what you are seeking." Well, full of hope, the man ran to the crossroad to find only 3 rather uninteresting shops. One shop was selling some pieces of metal, and another sold wood pieces, and the third one sold some long, thin pieces of metal. Nothing and no one there seemed to have much to do with the revelation of truth. So disappointed, the seeker returned to the well and demanded an explanation, but he was told that he would understand in due time. Well, the man protested, but all he got in return were the echoes of his own shouts coming back at him from the well. He felt that he had been made a fool of, and indignant, he started once again on his journey to seek the truth. Well, the years passed. The man grew older and moved more slowly. He began taking more time in seeing things more completely. And one night as he was walking, the sound of sitar music caught his attention. It was beautiful, played with great mastery and inspiration. Profoundly moved, the truth seeker felt drawn to the sitar player. He looked at the musician's fingers moving over the strings. He began to really see the sitar itself. And then he knew the sitar was made out of wires, pieces of metal, and wood, just like those he had seen in the 3 stores at the crossroad. And at last he understood the message of the well. We have already been given everything we need. Our task is to assemble and use it. Nothing is as meaningful as long as we perceive only separate fragments. But as soon as we see the fragments as a whole, a new entity emerges. By rooting ourselves in the foundational spiritual laws of life itself, we have an opportunity to apply them to our lives as we live them today, bringing ourselves into alignment with our teaching of wholeness and oneness. This way of life supports us in rebooting ourselves into 2023 so we can live life out loud. As Joseph Campbell said, the mission of life is to align our heartbeat with the rhythm of the universe. And that heartbeat, that rhythm of the universe, is eternal love. And so it is. And now it's time for a prayer. So we're going to have just a short prayer to put a cap on that. And I just invite each of us to turn within for a moment. You can take a soft focus on anything in the sanctuary or where you are at home. Just feel your heartbeat. Feel that rhythm of eternal love. And just taking that moment to breathe in the life around us, what the ancients in the East call prana. To feel that heartbeat, to feel that rhythm of love. I know, and I affirm, and I declare that there is only one power, one presence. And that power is a power that we can use for good. I am one with it always, and I know that as this is true for me, it must be true for everyone, for we are all manifest beings of that one infinite source love. And right here, right now, I speak this word for and with everyone around the globe, everyone in the sanctuary, everyone on our virtual group, everyone everywhere, wherever they may be, whenever they hear this, within the sound of my voice or beyond. I speak a word of love. I speak a word of wholeness and oneness and unity, and a voice of one love singing around the globe that uplifts and invigorates and provides peace and love and hope and everything that is needed, for it is fully supporting of all creation. And I bless each and every being. I bless all creation. I know that everyone, all things, are held in that love, in that heartbeat of the life of the one. And it's with great, great joy that I accept that, I claim it for all creation. And I declare that it is so as I release it into the law, and so it is. And now, let's just keep on taking a breath here. And we've got some special music for you. So get ready, because our folks are going to be singing for you again.
You can play the game, you can act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. But tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another. It doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father, mother, sister, brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. You've got to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. As I say, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. What do you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Once you tell somebody the way you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be just fine if you only will. Do as I say, now shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only win. Shower the people you love with love.
Shower the people.
Show them the way that you feel.
Show them the way that you feel.
Shower the people you love.
Shower the
with love.
people.
Show them the way that you feel. You've got to show
Shower
them
the people you love with love.
way that you feel.
Show them the way that you feel.
You've got to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel.
You gotta
Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. You've got to show them
the people
you love with love. Show them the way that you feel.
Okay, well, those technical difficulties I'm talking about earlier this morning cropped up again. So, looks like we lost, excuse me, I was running down the stairs. Oh, okay. We lost River Nan on Zoom for some reason, so we will continue on. Hopefully we can get her back so she can kind of get us out of the service. But for the meantime, if I can remember how all this goes, conscious giving affirmation. So we're time now for our giving portion of our service, and with this affirmation, and if John would go ahead and start that off. With a grateful heart, I sing my song of abundance and give with joy. So as we pass around the little bags for any blessed offering that you can give from your heart and your pocketbook, we appreciate it. This keeps the doors open, keeps the message going, and I know this center is very important to a lot of people, and it's the exact dose that they need to get them through the week. And with these offerings, besides keeping the doors open, it allows us to present music provided by a wonderful group of musicians here, and we are able to hear Reverend Nan's message, that very powerful message today that was called Name That Tune. And at this moment, if I can remember right, we're going to go ahead and gather everybody together and do the peace song. So luckily, we not too much left over to do to complete our Sunday service. So if we're going to get together here, all in a circle. And again, if we still practice social space here. So if you're not comfortable, you don't have to connect with hands. So is everybody in position, ready to go? Okay, we're ready.
Now there is peace on earth. I know it begins with me.
and we don't have her on the thing, I get to do the benediction today.
All right.
Know as you go from here that you are the light. Know as you go from here that you have started a new year. This is a new day. Know as you go from here that the past is just a memory, the future is an unfulfilled promise, and what we have is the joy of each other here and now. Be blessed as you go, and so it is.
So it is. Thank you all, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you next week. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We have cake for January birthdays, which Bruce is one member of this month. And he's going to have some too. Okay, great. So please partake of the birthday cake, and we will all see you next week. Thank you very much. Band, take us out.
I don't care if you're great. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care who you love. I'm here to love you anyway. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care who you are, your color. I'm gonna love you with all of my might. 'Cause you are my sister. You are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. I don't care if you're thin. I don't care if you're thick. I don't care what you eat. I'm gonna love you anyway. I don't care if you're rich. I don't care if you're poor. I don't care how much money you got. I'm gonna love you more and more. 'Cause you are my sister. You are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. There's no difference between you and me. No boundaries far as I can see. No separation or alienation. We are all one. Hey, hey, hey. You are my sister. You are my brother. You are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. City, you are my sister. Oh, you are my brother. Hey, you are a part of me. Let's face it, you are my family. Say you are my family. You are my family. You are my family. Said, get up everybody and sing. Said, you are my family. You are my family, yeah. You are my family. Get up everybody and sing. Have a great week.